Hello, thank you for joining our next session. We're inside of Setting Your Foundation, and this is Target Client Patient Part 1, How to Identify Your Perfect Target Market. So every small practice owner wants to build a successful and lucrative practice. Now that you have your market dominating position developed and in place, let's help you develop a critically important component that directly impacts the ultimate success of your business. Your target customer profile or persona. You must be able to clearly and specifically identify your target market. Let me give you an example. To illustrate the importance of knowing and understanding just exactly who your target persona is. At one stage, a pharmacy called Rite Aid decided to test a new customer rewards program called Wellness Plus. They plan to initially test it in 4 markets and then roll it out nationwide. The program offers the typical benefits. It's free to sign up, customers earn points and get percentages off Rite Aid brand products, discounts are provided, and so on. But one of the new benefits involves earning points towards free health screenings. Here's the deal. When a card holder earns 500 points or spends $500 on non-prescription products, they receive a certificate that can be used for free health screenings, such as glucose and cholesterol screenings. The program also gives 25 points for each prescription filled, but doesn't include prescriptions paid for in whole or in part by state or federal health care programs, including the elderly programs. But wait a minute. Isn't it safe to assume that people spending $500 at the pharmacy are filling 20 prescriptions at the counter already screened? Who exactly is this benefit supposed to be benefiting? Shouldn't first step screenings that are so vitally important to customer health come more often than when $500 is spent on toilet paper and lots of chocolate bars? Rewarding more affluent customers who can afford to spend $500 on non-prescription items or are consistently filling prescriptions at the store doesn't seem like the best way to promote public health. Real innovation here would be free screenings for poverty line customers, or at least a more realistic point offering. Or if they wanted to specifically target the affluent market, that would need to be in a completely different way. This is a classic case of putting the cart before the horse, as the old saying goes. Here's a major retailer that has failed miserably to even remotely analyze who their target customer is and what it is they want. After all, there's no magic to selling. Find out what your customers want and then give it to them. Rite Aid has completely missed the boat here. 4 keys to finding your perfect target market. Knowing and understanding your target customer and then mapping out their thought process are 2 critical fundamentals that must be executed properly if you want to build a successful and profitable business. This session will help you begin this critically important process. So to get started, you want to focus on 4 major components that are specifically designed to help you find your target customers. The first of those components involves identifying their physical characteristics, often referred to as a demographic profile. You must have a clear picture in your mind of what your target customer looks like from a physical standpoint. In the future, this information will help you pinpoint your target customer once you begin marketing to them, making it easier to find them and then positioning your marketing message in front of them and basically speaking directly to them. Let me explain why it is so important for your business that you clearly identify your target customer and how it will help you to build the business you've always dreamed of. Your target customer is the customer who shares your passion for your product or service. These are customers who want what you offer instead of just need what you offer. They don't use your product or service, they love it. They don't just purchase what you sell, they actually feel they couldn't live without it. Your target customer will result in fewer returns and complaints. They're thrilled with you and your business, and they buy from you today, and they'll keep buying from you tomorrow. They'll demand you create additional products and services for them to buy since they trust you and know you have their best interests at heart. They'll tell their friends and family all about you and encourage them to do business with you as well. And maybe best of all, they'll spend more money with you over their lifetime than your average customer will. Your target customers will provide your business with tons of referrals, and they'll offer unsolicited testimonials. They'll post praise about you and your business on social networking sites, which provides you free publicity. When you identify your target customer, you will find yourself loving what you do. The end result is you begin to work less and start earning more, a lot more. This impacts your business long term. It impacts all future products or services you develop. It impacts the customer service your client receives. And it impacts all of your marketing and sales efforts, especially when you begin to develop your marketing materials and sales scripts. Obviously, knowing and understanding who your target customer is plays a vital role in building a successful business without doing much more than what you're already doing. You're probably familiar with the 80-20 rule. It says that small actions lead to big results. For example, count the number of clothes you have hanging in your closet, then count the number of clothes items you frequently wear. You will discover you wear about 20% of your clothes 80% of the time. Your business functions much in the same way. Approximately 20% of your clients' patients account for approximately 80% of your business's total revenue. And that 20% are your target personas. Imagine the possibilities for your business if you could attract more clients and patients just like them. But what if you could alter that ratio and attract 40% of your target clients instead of 20? Would that mean your revenues would double? Now, do you understand how knowing exactly who your target persona is can have such a dramatic impact on your business? In fact, if you could attract 100% of your target customers, your revenue would explode by a factor of 16. If you're making $2,000 per month right now, just replacing your current clients or patients with target patients could increase your monthly revenue to $32,000 per month. And best of all, these target patients don't require any additional time, effort, or energy on your part. This is how you stop working harder and start working smarter. This is how you make more money while you're working fewer hours. And it all starts by clearly identifying your target persona. That's the power of the 80-20 rule. Unfortunately, most small practice owners today are only attracting, on average, about 20% of their target patients. Even though these are the patients that are the most profitable to their business, critical fundamentals to identifying their ideal patient client. So how do you go about attracting those target clients? That's what we're about to discover. You must have the proper fundamentals in place to make this work properly. You must start by identifying the physical makeup of your target, and then you must identify what it is they want. And if you discover that either your business doesn't offer them what they want, or you offer a solution, but it's the exact solution as your competitors offer, then you must innovate your business. So you offer your customers the most value when compared to your competition. Do this and you will explode your revenue and profits to new heights without adding any additional time or effort. But here's the really exciting part about the 80-20 rule. To get 16 times better results than what you're getting right now, you don't have to do anything different than what you're already doing. You just do more of what you're already doing. That's working fantastically well. Find out why your current 20% of patients, targets, are buying from you and start attracting more of them by creating and developing compelling marketing. But that's the problem, isn't it? Most small practice owners don't have a clue how to create compelling marketing. That's okay. Over the next several weeks, we're going to help you do exactly that. We're going to reveal to you the marketing secrets used by the pros, and in the process, position you and your business as the only logical choice for your prospects to buy from. But in order to create compelling marketing, you must first identify your target persona, and you must identify them both physically and emotionally. So let's get started. Identifying physical and emotional traits. First, we need to help you develop your persona's physical profile. We have to define their physical characteristics in detail. Remember, we want to start by identifying everyone on the face of the planet who needs what you sell. We're going to help you develop this vital information by providing you with our proprietary target customer profile form. Then we'll focus on helping you develop the emotional profile for your target customer. The emotional profile begins to define your target customer's hot button situations, so we know specifically what it is they really want from your product or service. The emotional profile helps you determine what your ideal client wants, not needs. Once developed, it perfectly complements the physical profile and begins to form a crystal clear picture of your perfect targeted customer. But let's first define the available universal human beings that need what you sell. And that's the job of the physical profile. First, what exactly do we mean when we refer to their physical profile? It's simply referring to the statistical elements that apply to your current customers, such as their gender, age, education level, marital status, income, employment status, home ownership, and so on. This profile defines the physical characteristics of every human being on the planet who needs what you sell. As an example, does your business sell to consumers or other businesses? If you sell to consumers, to which gender do you mostly sell? If all genders need what you sell, to what percentages each? Is there a certain age group or age range that needs what you sell, such as 25 to 40 years old, teenagers, or elderly? And you can even divide it into generations, Gen X, Gen Y, or millennials, and so on and so forth. Are your customers primarily single, married, divorced, or widowed? Or does their marital status have any bearing whatsoever on their purchase? Do you know their approximate income level, and does income play a factor in their purchase? If you are a cash pay practitioner, it does. If you accept insurance, it might not. Would you like to solicit other businesses to help your practice in some way? This information will be enormously helpful later on when we examine the best way to reach your target customer with marketing messages and what those messages should say when you do reach them. Your physical profile plays a huge role in crafting the right marketing message. Marketing to an 18-year-old young man requires an entirely different message than marketing to a 60-year-old woman. The emotional hot buttons you need to hit are much different depending on their physical profile, and that's just the message. The physical profile is also an excellent indicator as to where you need to place that message to reach your target customer. The younger generation is on the internet, period. Those in their 60s and 70s are sometimes online, but you might have better luck reaching them through newspapers, placing an ad in their preferred magazines, and attending networking events. Once you properly identify the physical profile of your target customer, you begin to move the guesswork from your marketing that will help you save your hard-earned marketing dollars when you position your marketing message in front of them. Recapping what we've covered, let's quickly recap what we've discussed. The main purpose of this presentation or the session was to help you begin developing the foundation required for you to build a highly successful business. That foundation requires that you know and understand who it is that represents your target market. You know what customers buy, what they want, not what they need. They buy based on emotion, not on logic. They buy based on value, not on price. Just knowing and understanding this information puts you way ahead of your competition. Since you're creating the basic building blocks for your business that will help you to separate your business from your competition and dominate your marketing for years to come. As we continue, we will begin to build on this information. So be sure to complete the assignment I'm about to give you. The information you develop would be information that you will continuously come back to and frequently use each session in this program. We'll continue to build on the previous ones. Begin to define the general physical profile of your target persona. Now remember, the physical profile defines the available universe of every human being on the planet that needs what you sell. So start by creating a list of traits that you believe defines that universe as it applies to your business and record those traits. Keep in mind that when listing these traits, that I'm not talking about the clients who want what you sell. I want you to focus on those who need what you sell. If you need help, send an email to me. Complete the questions at the end of the session with what you have figured out so far. There is a place to indicate you need more help or ask questions in the comment section. You may also schedule a one-on-one session and we can figure it out together. Here's the process we recommend you use. Begin by searching 6 current patients or clients. If you have current clients, if you have current clients. If you're a startup, you may not have any yet. So if you don't worry about it. Just ask yourself who on the face of this planet may, at some point in their life, need what you offer. This isn't rocket science, so don't make this hard on yourself. This is simply your starting point. First, consider their age ranges or generation and select the youngest mid-range and the oldest male and female customers who currently serve. You don't need to physically interview them. Just record the information you know about them. It's okay to guess if you don't know for sure. You're just looking to establish the basic ranges for now. It won't matter if someone is 56 years old or you write down 60. Same thing when it comes to approximating their income level. Most people will be offended if you ask them how much they make. But if you know their current profession, you can certainly make an educated guess as to their approximate income level. You might also look online for average income ranges for that specific profession. Another trick is to capture their zip code, since most zip codes are an excellent indicator of specific income levels. Once you record this information using the age ranges for your client, repeat this process as it applies to their ages and marital status. Again, choose current clients that represent the youngest mid-range and the oldest single, married, and divorced clients you presently service. This should get you started developing a fairly accurate range of information. You're going to revise this general list later and make it much more specific and refined. The main reason we want you to begin with your current customers is profound. You must be presently doing something to attract these type of customers. This may come into play when we have to begin creating your marketing plan. This way, we will have that data available if we need it. By completing this exercise, you will begin to develop an accurate profile for your target persona. You will be able to physically identify them when you see them, and you will know where to begin to look for them when you start your marketing program. Just remember to use the form in your study guide. In the next session, we will overview the emotional profile for your target persona and explain why emotions are 90% of the small business's success equation. The emotional profile is where things really start to get interesting. The emotions help us to discover your target customer's hot buttons, high buttons, and all the problems, frustrations, fears, and concerns your target persona tend to share as a group. And when you discover their hot buttons, they open the door for your business to dominate your market. This is where it really begins to get exciting. So start preparing yourself. Please remember that our overall focus is to help you continue to build the business you've always dreamed of having, a business that provides you with financial freedom and an extraordinary life for you and your family. Each session brings us closer to accomplishing this goal. See you in the next session.